All right, it is Saturday night. This is Ruben Lowen here in McAllen, Texas. All right, so last night I asked everybody what you know about life insurance. All right. Well, I I left my board. Right, I still had it. I still left it up there. I kind of meditate on it, look at it, and analyze what I talked about. And so, answering that question, I added an additional graphic. Okay, these four boxes. Okay, I hope you can see that. Right? So when you're looking at an investment, doesn't matter what it is, you want to look at rate of return. Okay, so you know you want to have a decent rate of return. Okay, you understand that what you pay in taxes, right, is, and you got to count inflation. Okay, minimize, reduce, and market fluctuations. Those three things affect your ROI. Like, for example, real estate. Real estate has its ups and real estate has its downs. Okay, but the average throughout our history in real estate has been about 4% growth a year. Okay, that's the average. So take it into account. All right, so you want to look at rate of return. Okay, so on an index universal life over here, okay, they're anywhere from 8 to 15% cap. I have Pacific Life after 5 years, so I got a 15% cap after 5 years. I got no cap, so I get whatever the market tells me, whatever the market gives me. Okay, then you need protection. Okay, so I have 0% floor, so my money I won't lose my money. Transamerica has 0.75% floor. Some have 2%. Okay, but they have a lower cap. Okay, but what that does, when the market's down, what you didn't lose is a gain. Okay, do you think there's a floor or protection with real estate or individual stocks or mutual funds, variable contracts? No, there's not. Okay, there's no protection there. Okay, all right. And then there's the tax benefits. Yeah, there's some tax benefits with real estate. Okay, what are those? Well, if you have it's an owner-occupied property, you get a tax deduction on the mortgage interest. Like, what's mortgage interest rate? Like 3% right now or less, right? That's not going to be a lot. That's not going to be a big tax deduction anymore. Not like it used to be. Okay, then you have the equity. So if you gain a lot of equity in your house and you sell it, if it's an owner-occupied property, you keep all that money. Okay, but if you don't, if it's not an owner-occupied property, if it's an investment property, you got capital gains, all right, on that growth, or you got to pay, or you got to do a 1031 exchange. You got to find property of equal or greater value in 18 months, or you get a big tax bill. Okay. Municipal bonds have tax advantages. Okay, that you don't pay federal tax on municipal bonds. You'll pay state tax, but not federal tax on municipal bonds. Okay, the municipal bonds have a floor. Okay, you buy them at a discount, so you buy $100 bond at $95, right? And you're going to get at least 5%. You're going to get $100 after a year. Okay, now you're going to pay. Well, you don't have to pay tax on that, except state tax. Okay, if you're in a state that has state tax, like California. Okay, so that's municipal bonds. Okay, they have that protection, but or that they have that kind of protection. CDs have protection. Okay, but they don't get very good rate of return. All right. what are the tax advantages for real estate? If it's a non-owner occupied property, okay, you can write off depreciation. So any work that you put into that house, any maintenance, anything like that, you can write off on your tax return. You're going to pay income tax on the rent. Okay, so you gotta have some expenses. You gotta spend more money to save money on taxes with investment property. All right. Okay, so that's the tax. Now, what the tax benefits are in life insurance, IRS code 7702 says you don't get a tax deduction on the contribution. Your money goes tax deferred, and when you take that money out, it's tax advantaged. You don't pay tax on that money. Unlike a qualified plan, which would be an IRA, a SEP IRA, a defined benefit plan, you get a tax deduction on the contribution. That money goes tax deferred, but when you take that money out, they're going to tax you at your regular income. So what would you rather have, right? And so to get all 4 of these, in a house, what kind of living benefits do you have in a house? Well, if you happen to go in the hospital and you don't have enough money in your accounts or enough insurance to pay for, let's say, long-term care, right? They're gonna lien your property. They're gonna put a lien against that house. Okay, so your equity's paying for it, but before you can refinance or give that house to your kids or sell it, you better pay off that debt. Okay, that lien comes first. Okay, so these are the pros and cons, and just use the 4 boxes to tell you, which one makes the most sense. All right, so what question can we ask for? Oh, this is it. This is the big one. Okay, knowing everything I've taught you so far, how would you implement these strategies for your finances? All right, have a good night.